So let's get started. Come on to the front of your chairs. I just mentioned if you weren't on yet, that we will use our floor mats at the end of our session today, but we don't have any weights that we'll use, just body weight today. So for our warm up, before we get started, let's get into a tall posture. So think about rolling your shoulders down and back, push your chest up tall, and you want to add a little bit of a chin tuck. Like if someone was pulling a hair on the back of your head, it would ever so slightly tuck your chin. So holding this posture here, let's do some slow neck circles. We'll do about 5 in each direction. It's about 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do some shoulder circles. So starting low, rolling forward 10 times, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, trying to do a big motion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do some big arm circles. So fingers wide, a big sweeping movement. Let's do 5 in this big motion. 1.
An arm circle.
2, yes, an arm circle. 3, 4, and 5. Now go backwards. Big motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we'll do a little bit smaller. So kind of in this range here. 5 forward. 1, 2, 3. Keep your fingers wide. 4, 5, and backwards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go back to the really big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now we'll do some ankle circles. You can kick one leg out in front of you. Let's do 10 in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Start out with one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, moving into a march. So first, just start with your legs, hands are at your sides, but I want you to set your posture tall, chest forward, shoulders down and back. Let's do 20 marches, marching high with your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now bring your arms straight out to the side. See if you can keep your arms out while we march. 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we're gonna add arms. So opposite arm, opposite leg, we'll march together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. Take a deep breath. I'm gonna have us do one more set of each of those with the arms out to the side and then the opposite arm raise. So let's go back to the arms out. 20 more right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, now we're adding the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. We're going to move into a couple Lsvt moves. So for the first one, it's a big reach forward with your fingers wide, reaching down to the ground, reaching up overhead, looking up at your hands, and then stretching your arms back. Let's cycle through 10 of these. So forward, down, up, and back. 1, out, down, up. 2, out, down, up. 3, out, down, up. 4, out, down, up. 5, out, down, up. 6, out, down, up. 7, out, down, up. 8, out, down, up. 9, out, down, up. 10. All right. So the next one we're going to do is the Lsvt Twist. So for this one arm starts out to the side, my fingers stay wide, and then I turn and twist so that my arm is coming across and I point my knee down on that front leg. Trying to let your whole body turn and get that twist. Let's do 10 on this side and then we'll switch and do 10 on the other side. Deep breath. All right, let's begin. 1, same side. 2, my hand stays wide as I turn. 3, 4, those look great. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Arm starts out wide, my posture is tall. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job, everybody. We're going to transition into standing. Grab a drink of water if you need to. Hopefully our heart rate's getting up a little bit there. We're going to move into a flow of the power moves in standing. So any of these you can do with your chair in front of you if you want a little bit of support, either with one hand or two hands. So I'll show both options. You can either keep your chair in front of you here for support with one hand, or if you want more space, you can kind of keep it to the side for when you're doing these power moves. So I want to do a flow where we're sequencing one move after the next, but I'll review all the moves with you guys right now, just to kind of highlight the important pieces of the move and make sure that everyone knows what the moves look like. So you can join along right now while we're reviewing these, or you can just watch to kind of get the idea. There's 4 moves that we're going to sequence together. The first one is the power up, where my arms are out in front of me and I'm doing a small knee bend and then squeezing my shoulder blades back as I bring my arms back. Or if I want some support with my chair, I'm going to leave one hand here as I bend down and come back up. I can leave my hand here the whole time. So that's the first move, the power up. The next move is the power rock, where it's a weight shift. So I'm leaning onto this leg, my toes are coming up, or my heels coming up on this side, as I'm reaching to the side and I'm looking up at my hands. Someone called this the baseball catch to me last week. And then I'm doing the other side too, where I'm reaching up and I'm coming up on my toes on this back leg. The option to hold on here would be keeping a hand while I reach to one side and then switching hands to go to the other side. That's our second move. Our third move is the power twist. Arms start wide, and then I'm turning to clap. I'm pivoting on this back leg, resetting, opening wide, turning to clap again, really pivoting here. And so you're getting your power from that back leg to push off as you turn. So a great option if you want to keep some support would be doing the twist like we did our Lsvt twist in the warm up, where one arm's out to the side. I'm going to keep this hand here as I twist. So you can always keep one hand down if you want a little bit of support. And then the last move is the power step. So I like to, when we do the flow, kind of step at a 45-degree angle. I'm stepping out with an exaggerated step and then stepping back together. And then I'm alternating and stepping out with my other leg. The option with support would be standing behind my chair here, holding on and stepping out with one side and then the other. So that last move, the step, is all about exaggerating your movement, taking an exaggerated step back, but then step forward, but then making sure your foot comes all the way back together. All right, so let's sequence those moves together into a flow. We'll start out kind of slow, and then after we start to get the pattern, we'll start to speed up. But at any time, if you are lost or need to go at your own speed, go at your own pace. Keep sequencing them together. You don't have to match me. All right, so let's get started. We'll move into the power up, power rock on each side. So we're sequencing one after another. Opening up for the twist, open, twist. And then lastly, we have our power step. Step out, together, out, together. So that's one flow. Let's do 9 more of those, putting them together. So after we finish, we're going to jump right back into the beginning again. So power up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, step together, step out, together, right back to the top, down, up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. That's 3, down, up, reach, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. That's 4, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Halfway done, looking good. Down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That's 6. Down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. 7. Down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. 2 more. Down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Last time. Down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Nice job. You guys sequence that well. Grab a drink of water if you need to. You can have a seat briefly. We're going to stick with some of the power moves, but I want to vary the steps. So instead of just going forward, we'll practice stepping forward to the side and backwards. But I'll let everyone take a break if they need to. And then meet me back in standing. And this is a fun one to practice stepping over an obstacle. If you have like a Kleenex box or a TV remote, maybe you wouldn't want to step on the TV remote. But like even your water bottle or something, if you have something nearby, you could practice with the obstacle while we're doing these. So instead of alternating the kind of forward stepping that we did during that last flow, we're going to practice alternating sideways. So instead of stepping at that 45-degree angle, I'm going to step straight out with my fingers wide and then stepping straight out on the other side. And in the same way that we did with the flow, I can keep one hand here on my chair for a little bit of support. So if you have an obstacle or two, set them on either side of your feet to give you a little bit of a challenge to step over. But go ahead and join us back in standing if you're not there yet, and we'll get ready for the alternating power steps. Let's do 20 all together with these, and then we'll switch our direction. All right. 1, going back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 11. So we're taking big steps. 12. And making our feet come all the way back to the middle each time. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18, 19, and 20. Now let's take our power steps backward. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of space. And as I step back, I'm going to bring my arms out in front of me and then alternate and use the other leg. And you can give yourself an obstacle if you want to. Just remember to really have to lift that knee as you step back. All right. So let's do 20 again, alternating. I can always keep my hands here and alternate as I step. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, now let's put those together in a flow. So how I'll have us do it the first time is alternating forward on each foot and then jumping right into sideways on each foot and then backwards. So doing one on each foot in each direction. Let's sequence that 5 times through. I could do all of these still behind my chair, having some support, however you're comfortable. So let's do 5 rounds, and then I'm going to switch the rotation of it a little bit. So forward, jumping into sideways, back, and going right back forward, forward, side, back. That's 2, back to the beginning, forward, side, and back. 2 more, forward, side, and back. And last rotation, forward, side, and back. Nice. Grab a quick drink if you need to. Instead of alternating each foot, let's do like a full clockwise rotation. We're on the same leg. I'm going to go forward, side, and back. And now my other leg is going to go back, side, and forward. So like I was following a clock face with my feet. So I was probably doing it backwards for you guys. So I guess it would be doing counterclockwise around, and then we'll go the other direction. So let's do 5 times around in that circle, and then we'll go 5 times the other way. So I'm starting with my right leg going forward, side, back, and then my left leg back, side, forward. But then I'm going to keep that rotation. All right, let's begin. So forward, side, back, and now other leg, back, side, and forward. Now I'm switching legs again. Forward, side, back, now other leg, back, side, forward, good. Back to the other leg, forward, side, back, now backwards on the other leg, back, side, forward, forward, side, back, other leg, back, side, forwards, one more time, forward, side, back, other leg, back, side, forward. All right, now we're going to switch directions, doing the same concept. Now I'm just leading with my left leg, starting with forward. So on my left leg, it's forward, side, and back. Now I'm switching to backward on my other leg, back, side, and forward. So just switching directions. Let's do 5 times in that direction. It's counterclockwise for me. Forward, side, and back. Now other leg, back, side, and forward. Now switching to the other leg, forward, side, back, back, side, forward. Back to the other leg, forward, side, back, back, side, forward. 2 more times. Forward, side, back, back, side, forward, and forward, side, back, back, side, forward. All right, good job, everybody. We're done with those power moves for a little bit. Take a quick break if you need to, but we're gonna stay on our feet for the next few exercises. So while you're taking a rest, I want to review some boxing moves with you. We're going to incorporate those a little bit into our next few moves. So there's 3 basic punches that we're going to use today. The first one is a jab. So just pushing one arm straight out in front. And this is kind of my ready position with my hands and fists, and they're kind of in front of my chest like this, like if I had to protect my face. So when I jab, I come right from that position and then back. So that's the first one, a jab. The second one is a cross, where I'm punching across my body and back. You can do it with both hands. And then the third punch that we'll use today is a hook, where I'm swinging my arm around the side like that. The 3 moves that we're going to use are a jab, a cross, and a hook. So I'll give everyone another 30 seconds maybe to take a break before we get into these a little bit. What we'll do for the exercise is I'm going to have you squat, and I'll give you a sequence of punches. So for the first one, we'll do a jab cross, and I'm going to switch hands. So go jab, cross. I'm going to use my right hand and then left. So in between those 2 punches, we're going to do a squat. So I'll have us repeat it about 5 times, and then I'm going to switch the punching move that we'll do in between. So what it'll look like as a review, first we'll squat, jab, cross, and then we'll go right back into the squat. You can keep the same hands for that. You don't have to alternate yet. All right, let's get started. So 5 times with that series of punches, and then I'll give you a new one. So we're all going to start with a squat, jab, cross, squat, jab, cross, squat, jab, cross, squat, jab, cross. One more, squat, jab, cross. So now we're going to do a cross, cross, hook. That's the move that we'll do in between the squats. So practice that one time. Cross, cross, hook. All right, so now we'll squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. 2 more. Squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. So now for that same move, I want you to alternate each time what arm you start with. So if you lead the punches first with the right arm, then the next time after you squat, lead with your other arm first. So we're going to alternate back and forth. All right. So squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat. Now lead with your other arm. Cross, cross, hook. Squat, back to the first arm. Cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. 2 more. Squat, cross, cross, hook. Squat, cross, cross, hook. All right, new move. Jab, hook, jab. So I'm starting with my right arm, left arm hooks, right arm jabs again. Keep with that side for now. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Squat, same side, jab, hook, jab. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Squat, jab, hook, jab. One more. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Now lead with your other side each time, leading with for me, it's my left arm going first, but lead with the opposite side. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Squat, jab, hook, jab. 2 more. squat, jab, hook, jab. Last one, squat, jab, hook, jab. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a side step to it. So we're still gonna keep the squat, and we'll go back to the beginning. Jab, cross, and then I'm gonna side step, squat, jab, cross. So because my feet are wide, I'm stepping together first and then stepping wide. Squat, jab, cross. So we took essentially 3 steps to the side. Now we're gonna switch. I'm stepping back to my left. Together, step apart, squat, jab, cross. Together, step apart, squat, jab, cross. And then we would do one last one. Squat, jab, cross. So we're doing 3 squats. In between each one, we're gonna step together, step apart as we side step. If you want a little bit of support, a good place may be along a wall or along the back of your couch or along a countertop, so you can have a little bit of support while you walk. So let's do that same move. What I want to challenge you to do is when I'm leading going to my right. So if you're stepping to your right, lead with your right arm. And when you're stepping to your left, lead with your left arm first. If you can't remember that part, that's okay. But challenge yourself if you remember that piece. All right, so let's begin. The move is jab, cross, okay? So squat, jab, cross, step together, step apart, squat, jab, cross, together, step apart, squat, jab, cross, together, step apart, squat, jab, cross. Now we're going the other way. Step together, step apart, squat, no, other arm, jab, cross, step, step apart, squat, jab, cross. One last step, squat, jab, cross. So now we're going back to that other move, cross, cross, hook. That's the pattern that we'll do during the same side steps. So we'll start with the squat, cross, cross, hook. Step together, step apart, squat, cross, cross, hook. Side step, squat, cross, cross, hook. One more this way. Squat, cross, cross, hook. Now back to the other direction. Squat, now other arm, cross, cross, hook. Side step, squat, cross, cross, hook. One more. Squat, cross, cross, hook. All right, last punching one for this move is the jab, hook, jab. We'll start with the squat. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Side step, squat, jab, hook, jab. Side step, squat, jab, hook, jab. One more side step. Squat, jab, hook, jab. Now we're going the other direction, lead with the other arm. Side step, squat, jab, hook, jab, side step, squat, jab, hook, jab. One more. Side step, squat, jab, hook, jab. Nice job, everybody. Let's do a little bit of quick feet. So I want you to pretend like there is a square around your feet and you're standing in the middle of it. So we're going to do a couple of agility moves. You can do these where you have open space, or you can do these next to your chair so that you have some support. The first one that we're going to do is like if I'm standing in my imaginary square here, I'm stepping out, out, and in, back into my box. Out, out, in. Let's do that 10 times together. You can lead with the same foot or you can alternate. Out, out, in. 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 Halfway. Out, out, in, 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 two more, out, out, in, out, out, in. So now we're gonna do stepping forward and then backward. So like if I'm still in my square, I'm stepping out, but stepping forward and then stepping back into my square. So I'm lifting my knees high so that I make sure that my foot isn't dragging and I'm exaggerating how big I'm stepping. For this one, I do want you to alternate what foot leads coming out and coming in, and then using your other foot to come out and step in like that. So we'll alternate, but we'll do 10 of these again. So out, out, in. Now other foot, out, out, in, out, out, in. I messed that up on my last one. Out, out, in, 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 out, out, in. Nice job. I found out that my right foot does not want to step backwards. I had a tendency to my left foot to always want to step. So let's get set up into a stride stance. So one foot's in front, one foot's behind. This is our last exercise before a break, so hang with me. So this is our rock and reach move. So as I lean forward onto my right leg, my hand's coming out, and then leaning back, my opposite hand comes up. As I lean forward onto this right foot, I'm lifting my heel on my back foot, and then as I lean back, my toes come up. You could do this with some support of the chair, leaning forward and rocking back, however you're comfortable. Let's do 15, and then we'll switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So now switch feet, bring your other leg in front. If you are keeping a hand on your chair, make sure that you're on the side, or whatever side of the chair you're on, that same leg is forward so that you can keep your hand here the whole time. And as you lean forward, your other arm comes up and you don't ever have to lift this hand. So if I was holding on, it would look like this, and still practicing the leaning forward and the leaning back. That's the important piece, not so much the arms. So if you have to pick one piece of it, just try to get that bigger lean. And if your arms aren't perfect, that's okay. So now let's do 15 with this other leg in front. So that means my arms switch. So if my left leg is in front, my right arm is coming up as I lean. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of reach forward, 5, and then lean back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, everybody, good job. Grab some water, have a seat if you need to. We're moving down to our floor mats. We're going to do the prone power series. If you're not comfortable getting onto the ground, you can do the seated moves while we're doing these on the ground, and I'll show both versions. So I'm just going to get set up, but take your time.
prone is on the belly, right?
Yes, thank you for that
Alright.
clarification. Yep, so we're getting down onto our stomachs. A good modification if you have pain laying on your stomach is putting a pillow under your belly that can take some pressure off your low back. So I'm still gonna give everyone one more minute before I even get down into the position. Take your time. All right, so I'm gonna start to make my way down. Join me if you haven't yet. So we're gonna be on our stomachs here. And this is what I was mentioning. If this hurts your back, being in this position, it takes off a lot of pressure if you put a pillow right here under your stomach. That can make it a lot more comfortable. So people are making their way. So for the first move, we're starting with our arms out to the side and your chest is down. So for the first one, I'll just show this. I'll show both versions, laying here and sitting down. So pushing through our hands to slide your elbows in to power up. This is our first move. So if you're sitting, oops, camera does not show this well enough. Let me put back up. So if you're sitting in your chair, the power up move you're doing is leaning down onto your legs and then squeezing your shoulder blades back. If you're sitting, I want you to do this along with us as we're doing the power up. All right, so whatever position you're in, let's get ready. And I'm gonna have us do 10 of these, counting up by twos. Count loud with me at home as well. All right, let's begin. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So then this is our starting point for the next one. It's the power rock. So I'm pushing through one hand to reach up and across, and then reaching with the other hand, reaching across my body with wide fingers. So if you're sitting, your power move looks like leaning onto one side to reach up and across, and then resetting and reaching up and across to the other side. So make sure that you're practicing that along with us if you're sitting as well. Reaching up and across your body. So let's do 10 on each side of these. We'll count up by 5. So that'll take it. We'll start at 5 and we'll end at 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. All right, for the power twist, you're going to be on your side. Let your bottom leg be straight and your top knee bent. And so from here, you're gonna open your arms out wide, keep this top knee touching the ground, and you're gonna open, rotate, twisting, and only go as far as you can before your top knee lifts. And then twisting back together. So this is the move here. We'll do all the same side first. So your power twist and sitting is starting with your arms out wide, and then turning to clap, and then opening wide each time, resetting that open position. So why don't you stick to the same side if you're sitting, just as we are laying down. We'll do 10 times here, and then we'll switch sides. We can count backwards from 10 for this one. 10, and then close. This one is not about speed. Try to move a little bit further each time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and switch sides. So roll over to your other side if you're laying down. If you're sitting, get set up to twist the other direction. Again, my bottom leg is straight, my top leg is bent so that my knee is touching the ground, and my arms are open like this. So let's count backward from 20, just by 1, so we'll end at 11. So get ready, open. This is 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 2 more, 12, and 11. All right, roll back onto your stomach. Last move is the power step in this position. So from this position, you're taking a step out with your hand and then a step back in and stepping out to the other side and then back in. If you're sitting in your chair, you're going to do the same move, but with your foot, taking an exaggerated step out with your leg and an exaggerated step in. So let's do 10 on each side or 20 all together. Let's count up by 3s this time. This will be our last move on the ground. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, and 60. Great job, everybody. Let's make your way back up to your chair. Make sure as you're coming up to stand that you bring one leg up in front of you like this. And you can use a chair or your couch to push off from if you need some support. And then pushing through this leg, stepping your feet together. All right. Great job, everybody. Just gonna get ready for the cool down. Done with the hard part today. Give everyone a moment to get settled back to their chairs. Looks like most of us are there. So let's just get started with a couple shoulder circles forward again. We'll go 5 times forward, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch and go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring one arm across your body for a shoulder stretch. Pull it towards you. We'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, and you can do wrist circles while we do this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and switch sides. I'm gonna pull our mic back up. Rotating your wrist as we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do a neck stretch. So first, make sure that your shoulders are down and relaxed. Bring one ear towards your shoulder and pull with that same arm. Real gently, just so you feel a stretch alongside here. You can keep your hand kind of at your side or tuck it behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do a couple cat cows. So with your hands on your knees and leaning forward, first round out your back. I'll turn it sideways so you can see a little bit better. Round out your back here, and then let your back arch down, like you're arching your back down and then rolling it up. Let's do 5 like that, real slow. 1, so your arm should stay relatively straight. 2, 3, they bend a little bit as you come down. 4, and 5. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind the back of your chair. You may need to scoot back a little bit and pull your arms down to stretch the front of your chest. We'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Scoot back to the front of your chair and stretch one leg out in front of you. We'll stretch our hamstrings. So I'm keeping this leg straight and I'm hinging at my hips, only bending forward as far as I can before my knee starts to bend. You don't want your knee to bend. And just reach down towards your ankle. We'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. This knee stays straight. Hinge at your hips, reaching down towards your ankle. Keep your knee straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring that leg up across your body. And if that's too far, you can kind of straighten this other leg to help it get up. You want to push down on your thigh and again, leaning forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides, last one. This leg comes up across, you're pushing down on your thigh and leaning forward at your hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, everybody, that's a wrap for this Monday. Enjoy the sunshine this week. Looks like a beautiful week. Hope everyone can get a chance to get outside. I'll see you next Monday.